Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can download and install the full Oracle VirtualBox product on your Windows 10 operating system. So that includes both the core VirtualBox application and the Oracle VirtualBox extension pack, which enables additional options within it. VirtualBox allows you to run different types of operating systems on your main PC, for example, Linux, Windows 11, or Mac OS. It does this by presenting an image of a generic PC to any operating system you install in it, without impacting the software or settings you have on your main host computer. This capability is known as virtualization. This means that you can test, try out, or run as I do, different types of operating systems on the one computer. It makes it easier for people to test their computer programs on different types of operating systems without having to buy many different computers. It also helps people use old computer programs that might not work on the latest computers. And by installing the Oracle VM VirtualBox extension pack, you are going to enable tons of new and advanced features on your VirtualBox, for example, USB support. The minimum requirements that I have found work in the real world are an x86 64-bit processor, not ARM-based, which, as your PC is running Windows 10 currently, probably means it's fine. About 4 gigabytes of RAM, as the Windows 10 host you are currently sitting at will be using about 2 gigabytes, leaving 2 gigabytes for VirtualBox. If you have less than this, I would not recommend installing it, as although any virtual machine may run, it will be quite slow. About 300 megabytes of available disk space for the whole VirtualBox product, plus say at least 25 gigabytes of space, but on any disk, for each virtual machine you plan on creating. Finally, if your Windows 10 PC is over 12 years old, expect any virtual machine to run slowly. Having said that, I currently have it installed on a 15-year-old PC which I use for testing, so it can be done. Just lower your expectations accordingly. Enough background. Now let's download and install it. I open my web browser and search for VirtualBox. Then select what is typically the first link that importantly takes me to the official site at virtualbox.org. This gives a short introduction to VirtualBox, and then shows a large blue button inviting me to download the latest version, which I press. This takes me to their main download page where they have clients for Windows, Mac OS, and many flavors of Linux, among others. I am running Windows 10, so I download the Windows host's software. And on the same page, lower down, you will find the extension pack. This one pack works on all operating systems, including Windows, so I download that as well. Now I close my browser and go to the downloaded files, from where I start the installation process of the core VirtualBox application. I progress through this first welcome screen by hitting Next. I recommend not changing the various components that VirtualBox intends to install unless you have a good reason to. This is the location where it is going to install all the VirtualBox software, which only needs, as a maximum, some 300 megabytes of space. When I come to build a virtual machine later, which needs at least 10, but allow for 25 gigabytes of space, I can independently specify where that should be stored, so doesn't have to use this location. So unless there is a good reason to change it, I suggest it is left at the default value, and just press Next. Although it warns you about possible temporary disruption to the network interface at this point, I have never experienced any issues, and I have installed VirtualBox many times. As such, I just press Yes to proceed. It has now detected that there is a missing dependency, which is the Python language core modules that it needs. Pressing Next includes it in the installation components. It now has all the information it needs to start the installation process, so I press Install. Pressing Finish starts the core VirtualBox product. There is also an icon placed on the desktop if I need it. Once this core product has been installed, I go up to the Tools menu and select the Extensions option. I then use the install icon and select the previously downloaded Oracle VirtualBox extension pack. When prompted, I install it. This license agreement requires that I scroll down to the bottom of it before the Agree button becomes available. And then I press it to proceed. I will briefly show you the sorts of operating systems you can now install. In later videos, I will be showing you in detail how Windows 11 and multiple Linux versions like Ubuntu and Kali Linux can be installed, but for now, I will just give you a quick overview. It can install a variety of different operating system types like Microsoft Windows, which includes versions like Windows 10, 11, and Windows Server, a Linux, and Mac OS. I find VirtualBox really practical in day-to-day use. For example, even though I have a Windows 10 host PC, I have also built a Windows 10 virtual machine, which I use to install, test, and try out software I have found to prove it is both useful and doesn't contain any suspicious files before potentially installing it on my main PC. If I select the Linux type, it then lists the multitude of distributions of Linux that are available, which is an ideal way for you to try out, and how I first used one of the popular versions like Ubuntu without impacting the host PC's Windows 10 setup. I am planning to make many videos showing the different aspects of VirtualBox, including how to install a variety of different operating systems. If you would find that useful, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you have found this video both interesting and informative, please also think about pressing the like button, as that means it gets shown to others via the YouTube algorithm. On screen, you can see the video that YouTube has selected especially for you based on your viewing history. And if you want to see more instructional videos like this one in the future, click on the VirtTech logo. Thanks for watching.